Welcome back for the mobile gaming fanatics. I am MyTyme, this is WWE Supercard, and this is a unplanned, unprepared episode, okay? A few things have gone on, so I thought, you know what? I'll just rattle this out very quickly, try and get it up, because sometimes my content can take a little while to come out. So I thought, got a bit of time here, a few things to go over, let's quickly ship that out for you guys. Now, first of all, I was going to do this at the end, but I'm going to do it now instead, because it's probably the best thing about the video, for me anyway. I got that WrestleMania reset, pretty pumped. I said I was going to be getting it. I'd worked out that it should be coming up kind of soonish. You remember last video, played over 1,000 games. You're getting 6 and 7 picks in Road to Glory. So I was like, oh, it should be coming up. Then bang, in this team event, I got it. But in fact, before we do that, we will do the team event and get it out of the way, because I did mention it. We got Cesaro. We also got the Sheamus card. Now, Team Shard breakdown. Up top, Quiz Shaggy, 51 shards. Absolutely amazing effort. You've got Astounding, 17 with 31. Again, solid, pretty beastly effort. Dakota Boy, Wan, TNG, RKR, 18, all kind of people that played what you would say a lot of people would have played. Gavin James, Psychopath, CM Punk, myself. Oh, this doesn't go down any further. Yeah, unfortunately, I was right at the bottom. But as I did mention before, I work for a living. I don't just get to, unfortunately, do YouTube videos and stuff. And Mondays, I tend to work a lot of them. So I think this event started 9 PM UK. And I was at work, and I managed to get a couple of games in. And then by the time I got home, I went to sleep. And when I got up on the Tuesday, obviously, Cesaro had been completely finished. Sheamus was pretty much done. So I was unable to contribute as much as I probably did, for example, in Road to Glory, where during the whole Tuesday I was able to chisel out a load of games. So cheers guys. Got the card. Cesaro, not a pro for me, but it's still another one in the deck. I mean, I did actually pull an ultra rare John Cena, which I was pretty pumped about, because it was the first one I got. I now only have, for the ultra rare catalogue to complete it, Jimmy Superfly Snooker, and the Luke Harper and Eric Rowan's. Now, they were added, obviously, they never used to be in the tier Farsman, where they were added in the update when they brought out WrestleMania, because they brought out an Eric Rowan's and a Luke Harper. In fact, Harper might have been there, but Eric Rowan's wasn't. I can't remember exactly when they actually came in, but I don't have either of those either. I was like, you know what, if I'm going to get these random epic cards and etc. pulls when you're just playing a game, I'd like to get cards I don't have, so I can fill in my card catalogue, even if I don't pro them, just so I've got the singles. So yeah, I was quite happy to get that. But let's come and have a look then at the card. Now, I'm going to scroll along. Obviously, we've got 3 cards towards the top of the tier here in terms of Bryan, Reigns and Styles. Charlotte, Mr. Perfect, Heath Slater, Devon, Finn, and yes, another Charlotte. Completely and utterly stoked when she came off the board during Team Ring Domination. It was amazing. I was like, bada boom, bada bing, realest girl in the room, how you doing? And it was just like, yeah. So, still haven't heard back from support. Well, I might have heard back today. Haven't heard back from support since. I heard back from them once about my mess up with the previous Diva reward, and they asked me to submit it again with all the same details from my mobile device. So I think it took about a week to hear from them. It's been like about another week. So I'm not really hopeful for anything. I'm not actually too worried, to be honest with you. I just thought I'd ask. But this is a big help, because I went from getting a WrestleMania reset being Charlotte before to boom, getting a Charlotte as my second one. So that's 2 WrestleMania resets, Charlotte back to back, makes it a pro, and that'll make a massive difference in my King of the Ring. And as we come to King of the Ring now, I've got one more game to go. Show you those standings. We're through, guaranteed. The question is, who am I going to play? Will I be up against Pete, Mike, or Raze? I mean, I've got Pete as my last match. It will depend, obviously, if I win it or not. Excuse me. I think there's another one coming in a minute, so it's eluding me for now, but it'll be back. Yeah, so I'm going to try and beat Pete. I need to energise now, but I'm really pumped for that, because as I'm just energising, you'll see, it will mean that I'll be able to put Charlotte as the single diva and I'll still have that compatible tag with the event Brie and Sasha Banks, which is excuse me, told you, I knew it was coming. Yeah, which is as good as you can pretty much get. The only probably difference you'd have is you have Brie Bella instead, and I'll have a Pro Diva now. It's going to make a massive difference. Now, I haven't had much Diva luck when it comes to the other tiers, especially not early on anyway. By the time I start getting Divas as a new tier out, it's the first time I've got a Diva Pro really early in the tier, and it's going to make a huge difference for me being able to try and potentially be a bit more competitive in these King of the Ring. So if I could get through to a final here, it'd be amazing. Obviously, I have a chance. I do have that Christian. I'll just show you he is pro'd, fully done now. Everything's done on him, so he's gone for charisma in him, followed up by speed. With my Sami Zayn, done it the other way around. Once I've finished leveling him up, and I will probably once we get into the knockout stages, I'll just throw in some legendary cards if I need to fill him up. But yeah, I've gone for him instead. I've decided to make him a speed orientated first, followed by charisma, and obviously I put one of those tokens earlier into toughness just to boost that a little bit, but I won't be putting any of these tokens on there. I'm just going to make him pretty much a full speed charisma card now, because there will be other event cards come out and they'll focus on other stats, etc. So it's going to keep him with what he's good at, pretty much speed and charisma. So we'll get that token on, come back out, and with all that said, you know, we're coming into the quarterfinals pretty soon, so hopefully that'll be out in my next video. Hopefully it'll be a WrestleMania, but it'll be a card. Got Cesaro here, another potential card that I can, you know, pro in the future. Obviously he's not going to be an event, a card for the current upcoming event, which is Ring Domination. And while we go over that very quickly, I'm just going to play a few exhibition games. You can see me here. I'll lose quite a few. I'm just trying to train Charlotte as much as possible so she can go into my next King of the Ring. And I'm just training Finn Balor as well for the sake of it, or Finn Balor even. Why do I call him Balor? Let's listen to Bad Lad Dad. Okay, yeah, so Finn Balor, and yep, let's get down. Bear with me 2 seconds. I need to cut out. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that, and I'm back. Just had to sort something out. I can't actually remember now what I was talking about, but I know what I was going to talk about, and that was Ring Domination coming up, the event, and what card we will be playing for, what the event card's going to be, what the undercards are going to be. Now, just before we do, I would like to thank the Beast 12333 on here for confirming that Shawn Michaels is in fact now an up arrow. He is now more compatible with Triple H, but that does mean a turnaround from what he was in all the other tiers. And on top of that, somebody has also said, going by the name of Matt the Revolutionary, that Alberto Del Rio has also gone from being that blue, I believe it was a right arrow, to now being an up arrow, I think he said. Now, I can't confirm that because I haven't seen the card, but if that is the case, I am beginning to wonder why the developers are changing them. Now, I could understand changing them at the start of the season, say they mix things up, or they bring out a new season of the game, season 3, and they change some of the arrows around. Yeah, cool, they've done it last time, no problems. I get it. Things change, times change, factions change, everything, rivalries change. So some people become, you know, maybe more compatible, less compatible. But to do it mid-tier, especially with somebody who is like no longer a wrestler, seems very, very strange to me. Well, not the Alberto Del Rio one, but the Shawn Michaels. But that's that. Maybe there's obviously something behind it. If anyone actually happens to know why they've changed, please let me know. I've been intrigued to find out. But with that said, just while I'm playing a few games to train up this, what's her name? Charlotte. Then I thought, you know, let's talk about what I think is going to happen in Ring Domination. Now, there's a good chance that it's going to be a card from Payback. With the event coming up on the weekend, anything from the past, we seem to see kind of rivalries when there's weekends where there's actual events on, that the card will be somebody involved in the show. So with that said, if we go through the matches I'm going to write off as not being considered, should we say, for event cards. First of all, I'm going to say it won't be the Natalia and the, let's click here, and the Charlotte match, because Divas, it's too early in the tier to have Diva event if the past is a guide to the future. So we can get rid of that. You can also get rid of the Enzo and Cassidy, although I'd like to, against the Vaudevillains, because there have been no tag team events yet, apart from in the team event, where they had New Day versus Dudley Boys, where you could get both cards if you finished. I think it was top 5, you needed to get both cards, both WrestleMania cards. You know, they could become the rewards in a PCC, a team PCC. I can see that happening. But for the current time, they're not going to be this one. With that said, I also think that you can rule out the Kalisto Ryback match for the US Championship, because that's meant to be, I believe, in the kickoff show, and I can't see them using the kickoff match as being the basis for the event in the weekend. So I think there's kind of 3 matches there that you can rule off straight away. There's a 4th match that you can rule off, which is Owens v Zayn, because we've just had the Zayn card, so that's that one down. And then you're left with a few to choose from. Now, originally I had Miz versus Cesaro for the Intercontinental Championship. Speaking of Cesaro, there he is, for the Intercontinental Championship being kind of high up there, and I have now decided to take that away because Cesaro was the undercard for this team event. So I don't think they'll make him undercard for team event and then main card for the actual event in the same week. So I think that match is also gone. Then I decided to, when I was looking at the other matches and I didn't know who to pick, I decided to have a little look at the arrows and, you know, see what was going on there. And you've got Dean Ambrose versus Chris Jericho. Both, I believe, are right arrows. So that could work because they're both the same as Sami Zayn even. Neither of them would make that compatible event tag, which is key. So I can't see there being a down arrow or a left arrow up for grabs, unless they're weighted so much in favour of the opposition that the Cat Daddy are 100% convinced that the general player and the fans will all vote for that card, and the event card, which will make the compatible tag, would lose. So I don't think they're going to take that risk. And as a result, Ambrose and Jericho, that fits the bill. On top of that, you've got Ziggler versus Corbin. And this is the one I'd like it to be. I'd like it to be Ziggler, because Ziggler's the right arrow. You bring Baron Corbin in as the up arrow, and it's kind of the same thing that they did when they had Finn Balor, when they bought him as the event card in Survivor. You know, he didn't have a Survivor card or anything, and bam, we got this event card, an NXT card. It was really great. Lots of people were hyped. So I think that it's a good time, now that the tier's been broken into for a few weeks, to bring in some cards and some new faces. I think Baron Corbin would do it. He's just broken into the Raw roster. They're obviously trying to build him up. He's getting all these wins over not so much good superstars, you know, easy victories over people, you know, like Sandow and kind of stuff like that. And they're building up a rivalry now of him and Ziggler. So I think that'd be good. I think give Dolph Ziggler an event card. We hadn't had a Dolph Ziggler event card. Corbin, perfect way to introduce it. This is the one I'd like. I think Ambrose and Jericho's had an event card. Would they put him in straight away? I prefer to see this one, but realistically, they will probably end up going with the AJ Styles Roman Reigns. And I mean, I actually can't remember off the top of my head now what arrow AJ Styles is, so I will check that after this match. But Roman Reigns is the up arrow. They don't always go for like the main event, the big attraction, but I can see them doing that, and I can see them doing it hoping that AJ Styles wins as opposed to Roman Reigns, because obviously we have had a Roman Reigns event card. He is a face of the company now, and there's a good chance that, you know, you will see more and more of him in the near future. So it's understandable he will have probably event cards in all the tiers, but it would be pretty cool. Is AJ Styles right? Okay, yeah, that's not good. That's not good, because it probably means AJ Styles, Roman Reigns is going to win it. I want it to be Ziggler Corbin. It won't be. It's probably going to be AJ Styles and, oh, we lost that match against Pete anyway, AJ Styles and Roman Reigns. So let me know what you think as I just have a quick browse here and see how I lost this game. Prox. Toughness and charisma, just better than me. And Prox. Okay. Be interesting to see how this goes. So, yeah, let me know what you think. I mean, if it was Ziggler and Corbin, then what would the undercard for WrestleMania be? Would it be anything to do with them guys? Would it be something completely different? Would it be someone that Ziggler's been feuding with? You know, would it be, say, maybe somebody from the I don't know, someone like The Miz, maybe. Wouldn't be a top card in WrestleMania. Wouldn't be too bad to have as an undercard. I don't know. If it was AJ Styles and Roman Reigns, which is most likely to be, what card would they put as the undercard? Jericho, maybe Jericho, maybe Bray Wyatt. Neither of them will be top tier. They'll be not too bad. They're my thoughts anyway. I'd be really interested to hear what you guys think. I'm going to go back now, cut this off because it's beginning to get a bit longer. Let me know what you guys think of the upcoming RD. What you think the cards are going to be. If you think I'm on the right lines or I'm completely wrong, I'd like to hear. Let me know also in your thoughts of what you think the WrestleMania card will be. Not the card that you want. Obviously, I mentioned cards which aren't going to make me pros. So if I was saying what cards I want, I'd be like, yes, let's have a Devon Dudley, because it's a useless card like in terms on its own, so it's not going to help a lot of people. But if someone's lucky enough to have one like me, bang, it's a pro, and that'll help me in King of the Ring, because I can then tag him up top there with Jack Swagger or maybe Flair and Great, all the possibilities. But for the majority of people, they're going to be like, bloody hell, Devon Dudley. But if it was Devon, awesome. But anyway, with that said, I'm going to shoot off. Thank you for watching again, people. Don't forget to look after yourself. See you all soon. Okay, everyone, this is just a quick add-on to the video that you've just watched, because I've just added it on. Anyway, pretty annoyed at the moment, keeping my language PG, but been out of the game for 2.5 to 3 hours, been knocked out in the quarters, had no chance at all to energise my cards, couldn't do anything, and as you can see here, everyone's gone through 2-0. I got the Eddie. I didn't want to get Eddie. I wanted to be either Mike or... It doesn't matter anyway. It doesn't matter because I'm out, and I've just found out that Pete has had the same thing, maintenance, couldn't get back in. It's been on my NBA as well. I'm not too sure about NHL Supercard. I've been unable to get my NBA, so I've been unable to play that event for a couple of hours. And yeah, so that's me at this quarterfinals. Now, it makes things worse because I was hoping to play the game for the last couple of hours to get Charlotte ready for the next King of the Ring. Now she's not ready. I'd want to enter another King of the Ring now. If I do that, then I can't put Charlotte in. So, yeah, I'm probably going to be stuck now just playing a few games to see if I can get her pro'd up as quickly as possible. Obviously, divas are a lot harder than the male superstars because you don't get as many diva matches. So, pretty annoyed about that. However, just before, and this is no exaggeration at all even, my last game before it went down for maintenance, okay? Literally, the last second before it went down for maintenance, bang, WrestleMania pool, Alicia Fox. I mean, what the... I have absolutely no... I don't know if it was a bug, why it's come. She had literally come in about 10 board resets. I could tell you how many games she's come in as well. Let me see. It was 18... 18.6, 80-ish when I got my last one. So it's under 100 games. In fact, it's under 90 games. And if you take how many board resets you get in there, 9 picks a board, it is probably about 10 board resets. So I don't know how to feel about that. I actually legitimately have no idea how to feel about that because, yeah, I mean, look, it's the second diva. If she gets pro, she's not compatible, but I will be able to put in a pro diva tag and have a single Nikki Bella Survivor event. Brie Bella Survivor event pro. So it's kind of taken the edge off of me being annoyed about that WrestleMania, to get a WrestleMania pool so early, which never happens to me in none of the other tiers, not as early as this one. Anyway, maybe after 400 or 500 kind of games, but not quite this early. Yes, she is the worst card in the tier, but at this stage I take any divas. So let's see support gets back to me. I'm going to cut out here. I'm going to try and do my MindBO video very quickly and see if I can get something to go and get a season started, maybe. If not, I have to wait for another time. I'm not going to enter this in a few hours time because I'm going to get a lot of people in it. I want to try and avoid having 16 players in the King of the Ring. So thank you anyway, guys. So that's 2 pools in succession, both divas. So I'm super pumped about that. I'm just upset that I probably would have gone out anyway, to be fair, because Eddie was the one guy I wanted to avoid. So I don't know. Swings and roundabouts. On that note, I'm getting off this roundabout. Thank you, guys. See you all soon.